Hi, welcome to Recreate the Plate. I'm Lisa and today is part 2 of making sour cream biscuits. If you watched the first video, you will remember that they turned out like little rocks. So it was not a success. So today I'm going to adjust a couple of things. First of all, I'm using the white lily flour that Tammy uses on Collard Valley Cooks. And I'm also changing, she did not sift the flour. That was probably a mistake, and that's probably why they did not rise. And I also picked up a little biscuit cutter. So we're gonna use this and see if that also helps us have success. So let's get started. Just going to grease a pan. I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna do it real quick. Grease the sides. Okay, done. Right. So this, I'm cutting the recipe in half from the first try. So I'm only gonna do 1 cup of flour to half a stick of butter. And I'm going to use a cup of sour cream. And it would help if I had a mixing bowl. Okay. And this, again, is white lily, and it is self-rising. The other was self-rising, but I think the sifting messed me up, but I'm just going to be sure I use the flour she used. So, shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. Okay, so 1 cup of flour, and then I'm going to half a stick of butter, and I am going to use my cutting in tool. I still don't have a fork like she has, so I'm just gonna work this into the butter. I'm just gonna work it until I don't see any really large pieces. Right now I still have really large chunks. Really large chunks still. Getting there, it's looking good. Still a few large chunks, so I'm gonna continue. If these biscuits turn out, I may invest in one of the forks that she had. I'll let you guys know. I'm gonna go with this. Well, you can see that. It's kind of crumbly. Okay, I'm gonna move some of this out of the way. Okay. So now I'm going to I am going to use the sifter to put flour on the counter. Have to add my sour cream. 1 cup of sour cream. give it a stir. Okay, now I'm going to work it in with my hands like she did as well. Still don't like the feeling of that. Do not like that. Okay, so I'm going to mix that so it's fairly mixed up. It's very wet and sticky. I'll put that out on the counter. Okay. I'm gonna try to get some of this off my hand. There we go. Okay. Now, I am gonna rinse my hands. All right, now, I'm gonna put a little of the flour on the dough. And then I'm going to knead it a few times. I'll put my hands into here. Okay. Sticking to the counter. Okay, we're gonna go with that. I'm not gonna overwork it. Bring the pan back in. And we're just gonna, that's kind of large. It's okay. Oh, I made that mistake again. I didn't put this in flour so it doesn't stick. But that's good. It's a large biscuit. I think I'm gonna not make them that big. I have a smaller. I'm gonna mix that back in. Okay. Gonna get the smaller. Hands are a mess. A little bit smaller version. Just put it in the flour. And then one. The other thing I'm going to do different this time is I'm going to be sure that the sides of each biscuit is touching. It's so heavy already, so I don't know, we'll see. It's gonna touch the side of the pan, touch each other. It's only gonna make a few biscuits. Let's see, let's make it a little thicker. Biscuits are starting to be my arch enemy. Okay. I think that's a much better size. Okay, let's see if we can get another one out of it. One more. Okay. These look pretty. And then we'll just roll this one up by hand. And I'm just gonna put it right there. Rinse my hands again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Made 5 and a tiny one. I'm making them touch this time and see if that helps them rise. And we'll wait on the oven to come up to 450 and we'll stick them in. So So I just got the biscuits out of the oven. They're really brown, but they don't look like they rose up very high again. So let's dump them out of the pan. They're flat. Nice and brown on the bottom. This one looks the fluffiest. Don't know why. That one looks the best. So let's give this one a try. Okay. It's too hot to, I'm going to kind of pull it apart. She also said she dumped hers out. So we'll dump them out. And then puts them back in the pan upside down. I think that is to keep, so moisture, like if they stay in the pan, I think the heat just makes them get soggy probably on the bottom. So we're gonna put them back in upside down, and we're going to open this one. So they're not light and fluffy, they're kind of shorter and dense looking. I'll cut one open. They look good, they look really good. We'll give it a try. Tastes really good. I just wish they were light and fluffy. If anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, let me know. Thanks for watching part 2 of sour cream biscuits on Recreate the Plate. Have a good evening.